Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Production Lessons. This is week 4. Today we're going to be covering compression, sidechain, and some common effects. So what I did, I just made this simple beat, and I'm just going to go through, I think the best way to explain how these work is to just listen to what they do. So here's it without any effects. Okay, and then first thing we're going to cover is sidechain. So I routed this kick to this second mixer slot, and then from here I right clicked on the arrow and I did sidechain to this track. So it's going to route the signal from this mixer track into this one. And then I had this fruity limiter that I put on to compressor mode, right clicked, and then I check the insert too, so it side chains it. Um, and then the controls for this, I just lowered the threshold and the ratio. So it sounds like so this threshold is really picking up the sound from the kick, and then the amount of volume that it picks up from the kick is essentially the combined with the ratio of the amount of volume that will duck down from this piano. So if I were to up the threshold, you probably won't hear as much of an impact. And that's essentially sidechaining. You can do that with any kind of sound. You just route the kick to another sound. Maybe you make a bus for your synths or something, and then you'd do the same process. Next one is compression. Uh, I've got this fruity limiter. I just opened up the compressor tab, um, and I'm using the same controls. I'm just not sidechaining. So I'm going to turn this on and we'll listen to what it sounds like. So this compressor here is really working like a leveler. If you take notice of the volume meter on the left side over here, look at the volume without the compressor on and with the compressor on. We'll compare it without first. You can see it kind of varies between 6 and 9 decibels. So if we compare it to with it on, it kind of sticks around 12. So this threshold is at around where I want it to be. So I wanted to cut off the top where it passes this threshold so that it level out even the sound. So when it goes above it, it duck down a bit. So it's all at a consistent volume. And then the ratio is just how much I want it to impact it. That's compression. Next common effect is reverb. You've probably heard of it. We'll compare it with and without. And with. For these settings, I'm just using the extremes so you can tell the difference very audibly. It pretty much just widens the sound and gives it a little bit of a lasting effect. Another common effect is delay. It's where it repeats the sound a certain time increment after it's played. So we'll compare it before and after. And with. So you can hear it kind of echoing after it's played. Another common effect is filter. It sounds something like this. And what a filter does is it essentially removes some of the frequencies that you hear. I just used a preset. I think it's called retro sound. Yeah. And this is one of the basic stock plugins. it removes some of the frequencies and boosts some of them. So if we were to look at it in an EQ, it'd be something similar to this, where we cut off the low end, cut off some of the high end, and it sounds like this. So that's essentially how filters work. So that covers it for this one. It's a bit of a short one today. Hope you're all doing well. Let me know if you have any questions.